Health is wealth, the saying goes. If you don't have good health, nothing else matters. A cornerstone of well-being is exercise. So in this week's show, we'll get moving. Our centerpiece today is the launch of a new medical series with a focus on wellness, prevention, and best practices. We're calling it Positively Healthy, and it begins today.
And typically what happens is people will go very hard, very fast, and oftentimes a little too fast and end up with injuries or joint pain.
Then we'll check out the trendy workout, looking at boutique exercise experiences in Southwest Florida. And our story, Naturally Fit, sheds light on exercise in a garden setting. Those stories, along with our weekly newsroom features, as well as a peek at a new program for wheelchair athletes. I'm Amy Osher, and this is Behind the Headlines. I'm Amy Osher. Thanks for joining us. We're happy to roll out a new feature on Behind the Headlines. This marks the debut of a new medically focused series called Positively Healthy, brought to you by Physicians Regional Healthcare System. Each week, I'll bring you the latest tips and techniques available in Southwest Florida.
I think it's great for us because we've got an opportunity to showcase our physicians and the services we provide. We pride ourselves on the specialties and the offer that we do for the community. So this is a way for the physicians to directly communicate with the community and the patients or members of the community and hear directly from them some of the topics that they need to listen to and want to hear. There's a lot of information out there. You can Google, you can go online, but to hear this type of information directly from the physicians is key. That's the real information. I think anybody can go online, try and find and diagnose themselves, but they really need to focus on what the physician says and work with them, their primary care, their specialist, to figure out what needs to be done long term. We're very proud of the physicians that we work with, both from an employment perspective and community physicians that work here. We've been cutting edge technology since inception, back in 2001 when this hospital opened, in 2007 when the Collier campus opened. Our goal is to continue to offer new and better services to this community as we continue to grow and expand.
Our jumping off point for this week's Positively Healthy starts with a common New Year's resolution. You know, the one where we all get in shape. While motivation is high, our good intentions can leave us in a whole lot of hurt. A new year, a new you. Sound familiar? All too often, the desire to jumpstart a fitness routine comes crashing down.
And typically what happens is people will go very hard, very fast, and oftentimes a little too fast and end up with injuries or joint pain.
Our vulnerable joints end up bearing the brunt of our overactive ambition, says board-certified orthopedic surgeon Brian Hannespiak.
We see that all the time in orthopedics, and in fact January and February are oftentimes our busiest month thanks to all the New Year's resolutions.
It's the knees, hips, even low back that feel it most, especially as we age.
Our joints wear over time, and the cartilage, which lines the end of the bones, wears off with continual use. Loss of cartilage in a joint is referred to as arthritis. And so typically the most common things we see are overuse injuries to the muscles and tendons, as well as arthritis flare-ups in the joints from overuse.
Here's a few suggestions to start your new routine off on the right foot. First, begin with a plan.
Start small and build progressively on your exercise program. So in other words, don't go out and run the half marathon, but start with long walks, build into short jogs to longer jogs.
And be protective of your joints when you choose exercise equipment.
Typically what we like to do is start with either the elliptical or the exercise bike, which does bear a part of your weight and has smooth joint motion, which is not jarring to the joints such as the knees and the hips.
If you have pre-existing arthritis or old injuries, a pre-workout consult may save you from suffering.
What we'd like to do is help patients to understand their limitations, design exercise program around those limitations, but also to treat any injuries they have or that may arise during the exercise program.
As for that no pain, no gain gym mantra, forget about it. If you're hurting, give your body a break.
I think if you have an acute injury that stops you from doing the things that you like to do and it's not getting better after a few days, it's a good time to see a physician. The reason is many of the latest treatments we offer are available for acute intervention or early intervention in the disease process. When you let things go too long, you can miss the window on treatment.
If you resolve to work out smart, you'll end up getting the most out of your workouts. It's easier than ever before to get moving with the rise of boutique gyms and fitness experiences. As opposed to large multi-purpose health clubs, there are a growing number of small, focused clubs that offer a trendy workout. This ain't your grandma's exercise class, although grandma might enjoy swinging from the ceiling.
Basically, what we say is that if you can do 2 sit-ups, you can do anti-gravity fitness.
Naples House of Flight offers aerial classes designed to give a full-body workout. Suspended in silk hammocks, people stretch, twist, and crunch their way through guided routines.
And there's different practices. There's yoga, there's suspension fitness, there's air Pilates, air bar, and cocooning, and restorative yoga.
65-year-old Gloria Maloney needed something easy on the spine, but never thought her desire to move would turn her upside down.
Yes, but my granddaughter's a gymnast, so I thought I'd give her some competition.
It's a peaceful, thoughtful workout, one that still provides a quality burn.
We're going to challenge ourselves today. We're going to work our core. We're going to work all different parts of our body. We're not a big gym. There's a great energy in this space here, and I feel as though there's something for everybody here. It can be restorative or the cocooning, where you actually are just lying flat in the hammock in the cocoon and just finding that moment of peace for yourself. And then there's other practices that are more taxing.
This is it. I have 15 seconds of work.
At the other end of the spectrum, small but boisterous Platinum Fitness in South Fort Myers is making noise on the fitness scene.
One. Good job. One down.
We're a fat loss studio. We're not really a typical gym. What we do is 30-minute workouts designed for anybody.
Time to the last second, a half hour all in. Classes are made up of high-intensity interval training, moving exercises to get the heart racing.
And the reason we push you so hard is because it's what you get after the 30 minutes. So we want to spike and recover that heart rate repeatedly so you burn more calories throughout the day.
Rotating through a series of exercises, it's a one-size-fits-all program, welcoming people of all shapes and sizes.
We have clients as low as 90 pounds all the way up to 417 pounds, anywhere from 13% body fat all the way up to over 50% body fat. And they can all do it together, which is the really cool part.
If you really want to get your move on, a recent study found jumping may be your best bet. In fact, bouncing gives you a huge calorie burn. Take a look. You can pick up a mini trampoline at most sporting goods stores or on Amazon. We also have a pretty cool trampoline park in Southwest Florida. My daughter can't get enough of Sky Zone in Fort Myers. It's an indoor trampoline park with all sorts of bouncing activities, including exercise classes. Still to come, running is one of the most popular pastimes, and we recently watched top flight runners take off in Naples. A look at the fast finishes of our Naples Daily News half marathon.
Life here is amazing, and so is the joint care. At the Total Joint Center at Physicians Regional Healthcare System, we've changed the experience of joint replacement for good. With our comprehensive joint care program, most hip and knee replacement patients return home in just 2 days because we know you want to get on with your active life. Pain-free living starts at Physicians Regional Medical Center, Collier Boulevard, and Physicians Regional Medical Center, Pine Ridge.
My name is Steve Unser, and cabinetry is my specialty. I have been creating custom-designed cabinetry for 20 years in Southwest Florida, and now I am celebrating the grand opening of our new Naples showroom. Steve Unser Cabinetry will help you design your kitchen, bath, or home office with stunning results, offering the best quality of cabinets with a wide variety of design options and pricing to fit any budget. If your kitchen isn't becoming to you, you should be coming to us. Now, 2 locations to serve you.
Let AAA Travel help you plan a memorable getaway with unique vacations featuring authentic experiences worldwide. Expert AAA travel consultants can show you the hidden gems. Plus, AAA members enjoy valuable savings and exclusive benefits on cruises, land vacations, hotels, rental cars, and more. Whether you want to tour Europe, cruise Alaska, or just relax in the Caribbean, AAA Travel can help you get there. Expect something more with your next vacation. Get started today. Visit AAA.com/Naples or call 594-5006.
The area's only 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting for the care you need. And because we're full service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. Only at Physicians Regional Healthcare System.
Olympic hopefuls and elite athletes from across the globe trotted into Naples last weekend to take part in the Naples Daily News Half Marathon. A damaging winter storm washed out the event last year just 2 hours before start time. But this year, Mother Nature did not disappoint, as more than 2,000 runners from around the world took on the 13.1-mile race. Finishing in 1 hour, 6 minutes, 2.6 seconds to be exact, Tyler McCandles became the first American-born male in 15 years to win the half marathon. The 30-year-old from Colorado hopes to earn a spot on the U.S. Olympic team in 2020. 3 years ago, this race became a certified qualifier for the Olympic trials. In the past 13 years, male winners were all foreign-born, coming from either Ethiopia or Kenya. It was an Ethiopian woman who took the women's prize. Runner Balanish Gibre took her 4th title in this event. An elite in the sport, Gibre trains in Arizona. Her last win here was 2013. She hoped to make it back to the winner's circle after having a baby 2 years ago, and clearly she did, blowing away her competition with a time of 1:13.29. This is my cue to take a trip into our newsroom to kick off our weekly roundup, beginning with our commentary.
Thanks, Amy. Our theme this week is New Year, New You. It's an invitation to get in shape, make smarter decisions, and just all around be a better person. Here are some of my plans for the new year and the new me. First, I plan to go on a diet. Now bear in mind, a diet of cheeseburgers, pizza, and milkshakes is still a diet. I plan to waste less time watching sports on TV. I can watch sports on my smartphone instead. I plan to exercise 3 times a week. I'm thinking the week of May 8th would be good. I plan to be more optimistic. It probably won't work out, but I'll give it a try. I mean, I know it's going to fail, but I'll give it a try. I plan on being more humble. Heck, who am I kidding? I'm already very good at being humble. I plan to become more technologically savvy. I hear there are these things called computers, and if you learn how to drive one, you can take the information superhighway to a place called the internet. I may vacation there. I plan to lower my golf scores. Toward that end, I've bought a box of pencils with erasers. And I plan on being more patient and less prone to anger outbursts. Anger outbursts? That's supposed to say angry outbursts. Who's in charge of putting this stuff on the teleprompter? This is ridiculous. I can't work like this. I'm out of here. Amy.
Next up is our On the Beat feature, and a big hello to our daily news reporting team, here with a few tips and scoops on stories. What do you have for us?
Thanks, Amy. Yeah, this week I'll be looking into the Publix. There's a brand new Publix that's being planned to open in the Golden Gate Estates. It's highly anticipated. The building's already built, and it's been sitting there with a Publix sign for months. It's 3-4 months delayed now, and the reason we're hearing that that's not opening is because there's an issue with the water. The Orange Tree water utility won't hook it up, or it won't turn on. The utility company says it's because the Publix hasn't finished its checklist of items it needs to do to make sure it's safe enough to turn the water on. But all this is going to kind of come to a head on Tuesday because the county wants to take over the utility. They're going to take over the waterworks. And they have a deal in place from back in decades ago that allows them to take it over. But there's been a court battle that's been raging on for a year to actually take it over. And so finally they believe, the county attorneys believe they have a settlement that could be approved on Tuesday. And if it is approved, that would give the county the waterworks, they would have the utility, and then theoretically they should be able to get that water hooked up to the new Publix and see it open. So that's what we're going to be digging into this week. Read about it in the Naples News and naplesnews.com.
I'm Harriet Heithouse. I'm the arts editor for the Naples Daily News, and my job can be so much fun. This week I went back to school with the Naples Players. They offer classes for events that are going on in their plays, and this week I learned how to sword fight. Cole Butcher will be teaching a class, and he's a member of a national organization. And then over in another room, Mark Vanegas is teaching women how to make hats. Not just any hats, these are over-the-top hats for the upcoming production of My Fair Lady. So women get a chance to learn how to do this on their own. I wasn't quite ready for the burlesque class that's coming up, though.
Hi, I'm Ashley Collins. I'm a reporter with the Collier Citizen. This past week, I worked on a new installment for the hashtag Southwest Florida Strong series, where we focus on people in the community making a positive difference. I got to venture out into the wild and speak to Tim Thompson, who is a volunteer with the Conservancy of Southwest Florida. He's what they call a critter courier. He's basically on call, and anytime there's an animal that has been reported in distress, whether a bird or a raccoon, or a fish tangled up in fishing line, he's out there. He responds in like 10 minutes or less, and he's a really awesome guy who's been volunteering for the Conservancy for more than 10 years, and he's put in more than 1,000 hours there. So it's pretty inspirational. I got to talk to him, and to check out more about the story and about him, you can go to our website, naplesnews.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Eric Statz. I'm the environment reporter here at the Naples Daily News, and I wanted to tell you about a story that I have completed, had a great time working on it in fact, about a myrtle oak tree at the Naples Preserve, which is thought to be the largest one in the United States. A man named Ron Eccles discovered the tree. He's a volunteer at the preserve and measured it, sent the measurements to the Florida Forest Service, who sent them on to a group called American Forests, which keeps track of big trees around the country, and confirmed that indeed this tree, 41 feet tall and 70 inches around, is the biggest myrtle oak tree in the country. It's a pretty interesting story, and I hope you'll catch it at naplesnews.com.
A recent story by Liz Freeman highlighted the desire to keep moving despite the circumstances. In her story, Liz looks at a new program for wheelchair athletes. Up to now, there were few, if any, opportunities in Collier County for people in wheelchairs to compete, but the Greater Naples YMCA is determined to change that. The Y is launching what they call an adaptive sports program. It gives people in wheelchairs the chance to play in an organized setting with time set aside just for them. The local Y is also encouraging up-down teams, partnering people in wheelchairs with someone who's able-bodied against a team with the same makeup. It works well in racket sports like pickleball and tennis.
We have a very athletic community, and so I would think that people who are disabled in a wheelchair would want to do sports too. And we profiled this young man who had an autoimmune disease, and essentially getting into wheelchair tennis changed his life around. So it was really, really interesting.
Getting the new program moving takes money. You can learn more about that by reading Liz's full story at naplesnews.com. Ahead in our show, you'll have to agree this yoga class is the cat's meow. That's coming up on Behind the Headlines.
Life here is amazing, and so is the joint care. At the Total Joint Center at Physicians Regional Healthcare System, we've changed the experience of joint replacement for good. With our comprehensive joint care program, most hip and knee replacement patients return home in just 2 days because we know you want to get on with your active life. Pain-free living starts at Physicians Regional Medical Center, Collier Boulevard, and Physicians Regional Medical Center, Pine Ridge.
Hiring the right moving company is important. Best Moving and Storage is a family-owned and operated business serving Southwest Florida for over 22 years. From our free in-home estimate until the last piece of furniture is in your new place or stored in our climate-controlled warehouse, we treat you like family. Best Moving and Storage is fully licensed and insured, with all of our employees being certified drivers and packers. When it comes to protecting your treasured belongings, choose a company that's experienced and trustworthy. Call Best Moving and Storage today at 239-592-6565.
Bears 500 Brand Names event is on. Only Bears has the biggest selection of the best designer brands. You can't buy Tommy Bahama for less anywhere else in America, guaranteed. Including half off this Royal Kahala bedroom or dining room set. Huge savings on Natutsi Editions, all genuine leather chairs starting at just $397. Sleeper sofas $997. Shop Bernhardt, Paula Deen, Hooker, Broyhill, and more. Great brands, unbeatable prices. Only at Bears. Final days.
The area's only 30 minutes or less ER service pledge means you'll find less waiting for the care you need. And because we're full service hospitals, a lot more care if you need it. Less waiting, faster care. Only at Physicians Regional Healthcare System.
We hear it all the time, how important it is to keep kids moving. Exercise can help them sleep better, focus better in the classroom, and of course it goes a long way in keeping a healthy weight. Now, a new deluxe playground is sure to get a lot of use, and it's on the campus of a Lee County Elementary School. This comes to us from the Fort Myers News Press.
Well, you are standing on the Kids Care playground right now, and this is a playground that was purchased with funds from our extended day before and after school program, our fee-based program here at San Carlos Elementary. And we've saved for a couple of years to be able to make a big purchase like this. But this playground, we're calling it the Kids Care Playground, is here and available for all of our students during recess every day and also in the afternoon for our kids who attend our fee-based program. Recess is a fabulous piece to our day. It gives kids an opportunity to blow off steam, to get their wiggles and jiggles out, to be able to socialize with their friends, and to be able to reset. No different than an adult's lunch break or their 15-minute break on their job. Our kids need that same time, and I am thrilled to be able to provide something as fun as this for them.
What more could you ask for than a clear sky, warm temperatures, and plenty of room to spread out? Naples Botanical Gardens recently welcomed people to come in and stretch out. Meditation, yoga, Tai Chi, they were all represented as part of a day-long event called Wellness in the Garden. The center of activity was the Asian Pavilion, part of the luscious 170-acre botanical garden. The wellness event was sponsored by Blue Zones of Southwest Florida. It's a community-wide wellness project aimed at promoting health, happiness, and longevity. Project founder Dan Buettner defined Blue Zones as pockets around the world where people live productively into old age, often past 100. Among the major principles are movement and social interaction, both on display in the garden. If I wanted to be really choosy, I could say this yoga is the cat's meow, but I won't, or I just did anyway. This story was too cool to pass up. A yoga studio invited some furry friends to hang out, and if they were lucky, the kitties would end up in a new home.
Yoga and cats, we're going. When you actually have the opportunity to play with them and interact with them, you get to know their personalities a little bit better. It's perfect.
On that note, we'll move on out and let you get on with your day. You can always rewatch this show or catch up on past editions online by logging on to naplesnews.com. On the left-hand side, under Quick Links, select Behind the Headlines. Our segments are also on Facebook. You can find me under Amy Osher Reporter. I'm Amy Osher. See you back here next week.